This is the story of Diablo 4, Act 6, Dance of the Makers. After Lorith questionably bargained away his head to the Tree of Whispers in exchange for Lilith's location in the desert city of Chaldeum, the group reportedly followed the tree's instructions and traveled west to the town of Tarsarak, where they met at the Parched Wanderer Inn, and we follow close behind. Teleporting to the previously sparsely populated town, we see not our companions, but the Knights Penitent occupied the outpost.
Your silence only damns you further.
Puzzled, we inquire of the nearby Inquisitor, "Who are you looking for?"
Occultist shelters here. One of those that set demons upon Chaldeum. The city lies in shambles after what the heretics have done!
Realizing the war for Sanctuary's soul is underway, we see in the center of town a Knight Penitent commands.
I want eyes on the road waste, sentries at the walls. The sinners will come running. Let none through!
Glimpsing the nearby crucified cultists for all to see, we then ask, "What's going on here?"
Nothing to do with you. Stay off the road west to Chaldeum.
Approaching the bodies, we see a young man of Tarsarak convicted by the Knights and hung for all to see. To the east, we witness the Knights purge in real time.
Where are your demon-loving friends hiding?
You'll burn. Lilith will lift up the worthy, and your ilk will burn.
Seems not all are innocent as the captured cultist laments when we ask, "You worship Lilith? Why?"
Look at me. To Anarias, I am Gatatres. But Lilith promised strength, freedom. Who would you choose?
Silence, scum!
Attempting to locate our companions, we find inside the Parched Wanderer Inn the youngest of the Order alone and ask, "Nairel, where are the others?"
Lorath and Donan have gone to Chaldeum. The knights march on the city. They felt it best to follow. But I wanted to wait for you. Can I ask you something? Something personal.
You know you can.
Do you ever feel like nothing you do matters?
More than I'd like to admit. They call me hero. But underneath, I'm still the same person I always was. Powerful, sure. But flawed too. I try. Yet my best isn't enough. Not for Yorin, nor your mother.
Does it get any easier?
It can. With a good ally.
Thank you for being honest. It helps, knowing I'm not alone. We should go. I'll find the others in Chaldeum.
You said the Knights march on the city already?
It was only a matter of time. After Prava combed the mines, Inarius likely pieced together that Lilith had found the Hell Key. You should hear the Knights chant. They're as eager for hell as she is.
Is the Soul Stone safe?
Donan has it. But their plan still strikes me as misguided. Mephisto is reforming as we speak. If we use the stone on Lilith, we've nothing to fight her father. There must be a better way.
I don't want to think what happens if we fail. Are you ready for Chaldeum?
As ready as I can be. But I'm afraid of what we'll find. The cathedral's out for blood. They're not here to save anyone. It makes you wonder if there's some grain of truth to... Never mind.
Truth to what? You can tell me.
To what Lilith said. It's not about her. She's making things worse too. It's just the idea that if the world doesn't change, we'll always be stuck between greater forces that don't care about us and... I don't know. I guess I'm just having doubts.
Left between a rock and a hard place, we know a choice will soon face us. The evil of Lilith or Mephisto, to be confined in a single soulstone, no less. Commandeering a knight's horse for safe passage, we exit the town and find the locals balking at a strung-up cultist.
This, one of them. The demon dealers from Caldeum.
Serves him right.
Heading south, we're warned.
Don't go. Not that way. You don't look like the sort the knights would take pity on.
Seems the knights are slaughtering anyone they deem a threat, wholesale to boot. To the west, near Caldeum's entrance, we locate a group of villagers executed, and one of the knights, at least, unsure of their role in the genocide.
I heard her praying. Just like us. A hollow grab for redemption at the end of a blade. A sinner's prayer never reaches the light. To work, recruit.
As we enter the city's gates, we see blood rain from the sky in comment.
A rain of blood. Intriguing. Another piece of the prophecy?
A nearby priest prays as he performs a field amputation on a knight.
Father, guide my blade.
Next to the camp, we stumble across the Herodric duo, as Donan cautions.
Slow down. You die now, you're stuck on the tree with Elias for eternity. Nobody wants that.
I was fine on my own.
We then query of Donan, what is this rain? The prophecy?
Tears of blood rained on a desert jewel. So speaks the prophecy. We are witnessing cosmic history being made.
Turning to Lorith, we wonder. I wonder, is Anarius here already?
I don't know, but he should be here. It's his army on crusade.
Next to the men, we see a dead demon brute, bearing wounds from Lorith's polearm, putting us at ease at how formidable the Horodrim truly are, even in their advanced years, and informed Donan. I'm ready.
At last. The knights are sacking the place.
Is Lilith here?
Yes. Just as the tree said. The rain, the hellspawn all spew from the hellgates underneath the city palace. She's opened the way. If she consumes her father's essence, Sanctuary is lost. We can't let that happen.
With the morbid thought of Lilith consuming her father's essence, we begin our search for the Daughter of Hatred, as Nerel remarks.
These corpses, displayed so proudly. There's nothing of the light in this.
The display is the point. They mean to make an example.
With tensions high, we can see the logic in both parties' arguments. To the west of the palace, we come across some fallen knights and sense a familiar presence.
Inarius.
He's here, in the city.
Damn it. He's still the best shot as an ally we have.
It's in the residential district. We overhear an unholy sermon in response.
This rain of blood. The sign we've waited for.
As the Lord of Hatred said, our time is now.
Fools! You've doomed us all!
No, only the undeserving.
Can you?
Call the weak!
As we put down the cultists and their poor sacrifices alike, we cannot help but be unnerved by the mention of Mephisto.
You hear that? They mention the Lord of Hatred.
Mephisto.
What? That can't be. Elias owned this cult, and Lilith owned him.
With no time to mull over Mephisto's meddling, we silently curse the Lord of Hatred, as we had always known he was playing multiple sides in his surreptitious war against Lilith, but cannot help but bemoan the fact of how far in his machinations we may have found ourselves. To the west, up some stairs, we then find a gate sealed, and are allowed in our tentative allies' quarters, as Anarius begins his stirring sermon of war to the knights.
The time of prophecy has come, knights. Lilith flees to the gate to hell. I will slay her in that cesspit she calls home, and open the way to the palace. All is as fate decreed. A spear of light, piercing hatred's heart. You die battle today. Die heaven-bound. Rally the troops at the palace. We march on hell.
And after that, your plan?
The Horadrim. Always chasing after the battles of your betters. But the angels don't need you.
The stone, Doran. We don't need the bloody angels either.
The hubris. You boast of a mere fragment of what this once was. The World Stone. Debased in the hands of fools. Lilith dies by my blade. Prophecy has foretold it.
With Inarius in possession of the Soul Stone, our sole weapon against Lilith, we turn to Lorith imploring, what do we do now?
Same as before. This changes nothing.
And then what? Lilith reforms? This plan is getting worse and worse all the time.
How can you say this changes nothing? Our one potential ally just ran off with our one weapon. What's your plan now?
To stop Lilith, and damn the cost. Inarius is mad with pride. We can't rely on him.
Stone or no, there is someone who might stand a chance against Lilith.
Me.
You bested Astaroth and Andariel both. If we can't find that stone, you might be our next best weapon.
Searching for the gates to hell, we catch up with a small patrol of the Knights Penitent, led by Mother Prava. Hoping the Reverend Mother will see sense, we beseech her for aid.
Donan, you've come back to us, and not alone. Blessed be the light. The Father will deliver us, together.
He seized our soul stone.
His is the will of the light.
You still believe that?
How can you doubt us? After everything we've done for you and Yorin. At least, he doesn't have to see you like this. Stand down, brethren.
Easy.
Sin reaps consequence. I have faith the Father acted righteously.
We want to stop Lilith. Same as you.
Unbelievable.
Inarius awaits us at the mouth to hell.
We then inform we are allies. We seek the Hellgate too.
Unnecessary. The Father will handle Lilith.
But your army, your people, they need help. What? As do we. We'll move faster together.
Loreth, the voice of reason. Rare pleasure. Very well. You may accompany us to the gate. Hark, knights! The day of prophecy is upon us! The Father will slay Lilith in hell and lift his faithful up to heaven! To the palace!
Feel that? The ground shook.
Keeping a tight formation with the knights, we inevitably fall into an ambush at the demon's hands.
Ambush! From the rooftops!
Go! We'll handle things here.
Breaking off from the group, we contend with the demons above, led by the dangerous Uznu the Annihilator. Commander of the demons of Chaldeum, this behemoth wields a two-handed sword and spews deadly fire, scorching the rooftop of the city, until the wretched creature is destroyed by our hand. Catching up with the group as they press forward, we find the foundation of the very city crumble neath our feet, and Lorith comments,
Must be something underground.
Reverend Mother, the gate is barred against us!
Hold our position.
Lorath, a word, please.
We can't trust her.
Yes, but they've an army, and we share a goal.
For now.
Above the gate. Looks like a winch. I'll handle it.
Whatever you did, it worked.
Now they're quick.
The chain's gone slack. It must have snapped. I need to find another way to the palace.
Opening the gate's drawbridge, our allies proceed. Now cut off from the group. Ahead, we locate corpses in a state of advanced decay, commenting,
Fresh kills, but already maggoty. Something speeds the decay.
As maggots burst forth from their pulsating cocoons, we wonder, what is the source of this prolific brood's infestation? Descending the stairs to the foul cistern, we're swarmed by the bloated beasts, remarking,
I don't like this. The air here is thick.
Disoriented, we press forward in an attempt to locate another way into the Imperial Palace, only to feel another seismic shift beneath the earth, questioning,
What was that?
What in the hells are you?
the lesser evil, Juriel, the Lord of Pain, erupts from beneath the earth, slashing at us with its jagged scythe-like forearms. Overwhelmed, we try and outrun the demon and find his eggs lay encircling the room and blocking our escape. With no vantage point, we're forced to slog it out with a lesser evil, whose realm is physical torment. He then spews corrosive streams of acid-like poison and dives deep within the earth, bursting forth to commence his attack anew. Attempting to match the evil blow for blow, we experience a new measure of pain as the maw of its torso spews forth venom and it slams down its pincers, catching us on a third strike and dragging us into its belly to be chewed alive. Save for the spikes on our armor, causing the beast to spit us out as if it wants us to have time to be digested before continuing its sumptuous meal. Realizing we have no way to keep up with this war of attrition, knee-deep in blood and sticky birthing fluid, we cast our mind back momentarily to our early days of necromancy, summoning a wall of bone that holds the confused Juriel in place and gives us time to fling shards of blood summoned from his spawning pit at the great beast.
I'm low on essence.
Lorath spoke of lesser evils beyond Andariel. Could that thing have been one? The Horadrim should be at the palace. If they made it.
Scooping up the bounty bequeathed by the demon, we catch up to Nerel, who leads us to the other Horadrim.
Thank heavens you're here. I convinced them not to go without you.
You should have kept your temper with Prava.
I know. But you shouldn't have thrown away the stone, either.
Forgoing burdening the others with our encounter, we simply declare, I'm ready.
We have a heading. Mephisto shelters in the Cathedral of Hatred. Across the Sea of Fire, Astaroth's domain. I'd wager that's why Lilith freed him in Skosglen. That's where we'll find her.
And what then? We don't have the stone.
Enough, Donan!
Then it's up to me to stop her. Right?
Without a soul stone and seemingly without a hope, the two men continue to bicker.
You've been hounding me about this and that non-stop. Can you drop it for once?
It's not about me hounding you. It's...
Enough! You're both so smart usually.
Usually?
Not today. Yes, the stone is gone. Instead of arguing, let's do something about it. If Inarius has it, let's take it back.
It is the only way to guarantee Lilith's defeat.
No, not Lilith. You're all wrong about that. The stone should be saved for Mephisto, her maker, the prime evil. You know his powers of manipulation. His hatred has already poisoned us. Even Lilith fears him. Why don't you?
Are you done?
I am now. Think on what I've said, all right?
Descending the stairs of Chaldeum with renewed intent to reclaim the Soul Stone, knights or no, we find the halls seemingly empty and step over the remaining fresh kills to pause and marvel at the gruesome gate to hell, glaringly open to any who dare step inside. At Hell's entrance, Lilith's blood petals beneath our feet showcase a victorious return to Hell.
I can sense your fear, Father.
Well, what did you see?
Lilith. She hungers for her father's power and will stop at nothing to get it.
Whether we use you or the stone, we have to stop her. We follow her into hatred itself. It will sour our hearts even more, turn us against each other. Let's remember why we're here. Together.
As our companions wade their way into the foreboding, blood-orange mist ahead, we pause, seeing the door lined with the visage of angels and demons alike, entangled in their eternal conflict on opposing sides, and wonder if they've been waiting for us this whole time. Stepping inside the gates of hell, we're immediately hit with a wave of unbearable heat, intermingling with a soul-crushing malady that can only be described as hopelessness thanks to the overbearing sense of hate. Then see the inhabitants of the halls of hate grafted to the very architecture, made to suffer. Somewhat tellingly, they hold mock pieces of soul stone, making us question if Mephisto's own fears of being bound have been physically embodied in his prisoner's torment. Crossing the threshold, we find our allies nearby as Nerel complains.
Ugh. Everything feels wrong here. The air, the ground at my feet.
Mortals were not meant to tread this realm.
The sooner we can find Lilith and get out, the better.
Heeding their words, we head down the abyssal descent, finding a knight penitent's corpse skewered in the landscape. It's not long before the demons seek to quell our intrusion. Amidst the carnage, Donan discerns.
Looks like the rear guard was ambushed. The others must have forged ahead.
Good. Let the bastards clear a path for us.
This is where the proper battle was fought.
They didn't stand a chance.
Fodder for a broken angel's ambitions. Keep moving.
Stepping over the littered corpses of the knights and demonic hordes alike, we step past a great, hulking demon and turn heel, seeing the distinct glow of the soulstone as Nerel gasps.
It's Prava. Even she didn't survive this.
There's something underneath her. I know that glow. It's the soulstone.
The battle is not over. The father is hunting Lilith.
As she recovers, we barely contain ourselves, demanding, "Where is Anarius?"
In the spire. Across this infernal wasteland. Salvation is coming.
Not for these knights you led to hell. Not for you either.
Brother.
You're just a tool of someone who doesn't give a damn about any of us. And a thief. You had the stone the whole time we were helping you in Chaldeum, didn't you?
Inarius entrusted it to me, and... Wait. You took it? Insolent heretic! Servants of darkness! You will all be damned!
Leave her. She's poisoned with hatred.
Is she the only one? Remember why we're here. What we're fighting against.
What do you propose?
I have a tonic. A little something to numb the pain and get her moving. Drink up, Prava. If you're wise, you'll get back to Chaldeum while you still have a chance.
As Prava limps away, we check on our allies, starting with Nerel, asking, "How are you holding up?"
I keep seeing myself standing over Lilith, stabbing her. I can't seem to push the thought away. The hatred here is trying to worm its way into my mind.
And seeing Lorith visibly shaken with his encounter with Prava, we inquire, "Are you okay? Are you in control of yourself now?"
Anger got the better of me there. My head's clear now, though.
Is there any hope Anarius can actually find Lilith?
He was imprisoned here for millennia. He knows the terrain better than any of us.
As Donan casts his eyes forward, we check. Everything okay? Should we press on?
Yes, but keep your guard up. The cathedral is in shambles. We're on our own now. Stick together and find that spire Prava spoke of.
Heading north, we become heavily bombarded from above. We then find our allies ahead are taking refuge under a shield of warding, looking to defeat our ambushes. We climbed a nearby bone-laden wall like a ladder, finding on top a myriad of demons led by a succubus, Ninsa, blight of hatred who promises.
The balance of power in hell will be overturned.
Attacking the demoness, she attempts to flee and threatens.
This is not over yet. I will draw out your suffering.
Meeting the Herodrum by another wall of flame, they bicker.
I'm surprised you still remember the words to the bulwark.
I'm the one who taught you that spell.
I'll clear the way. Tani sobdaile kitos.
However, we are soon interrupted.
Heed my call, Karun. Strike down the enemies of Lilith.
The succubi's minion, Karun the Hound of Hatred, is much like the Balrog demon who oversaw the sacking of Chaldeum, and is thankfully no match for our combined might.
The demon that destroyed the bridge. She's the one who's been hunting us.
Lilith still has some allies in hell.
Not for long. Let's find another route.
Finding another path, we hop over certain death gingerly as we scale the twisted pathway. It's only to the west do we see a large outdoor searing expanse and sense a trap, as it is sprung by none other than Ninsa, Blight of Hatred who taunts.
All hail Lilith, Queen of Hatred.
Get inside the barrier! Solon.
Nisemon.
However, Donan keeps us safe from the intermittent bombardment as Ninsa swoops into the battlefield, as the demoness dies screaming. Lorith stops to compliment as we rest.
You know, you're not half bad at taking charge, Don. I can see why you were that big man in Skosglan.
Was that a compliment? Someone write this down. Memorialize the moment.
It's not like I haven't given you one before. There was, that other time.
Oh, yes. The ground is shifting.
Prepare yourselves.
We then see the most colossal demon we have ever laid eyes on. Ashava, the Pestilent, who bounds over us. Cursing that we need time to summon our powers, Ashava smashes the ground we stand on, sending us sprawling.
I need time to do that.
Donan then commands.
Strike us one, now!
And we comply, striking as one. As the battle wears on, the demon becomes more vicious with its attacks, spewing pestilent bile on the battlefield, leaving us little room to stand and spinning around in rage and sweeping with its claws in a desperate need to end our minuscule existence.
Together, attack!
In which we attack its underbelly until it succumbs to its wounds, falling in a great heap. After the fight is over, to the east, we catch up with Lorith, who gasps.
Bloody hell.
Lorath, are you...
I'm just catching my breath. I see the spire up ahead. Come on.
Racing up the narrow path, the atmosphere emanates menace to outsiders. And we come to a great sealed gate as Donan conjures.
Not far!
Inside the spire, Donan questions.
Any sign of Lilith? Or Inarius?
Lilith was here. I see the blood petals.
However, all we find from their battle is an echo left by the Daughter of Hatred.
Din honum exousia. Ancora din exousia.
May we fight true in His holy name. Blessed be the light.
Do you remember them, Anarius? The whispers of the damned.
Words will not save you. Show yourself.
So, the soldier returns, and with such purpose. No longer the conflicted soul I left behind.
You deceived me!
Why, Anarius? What are you truly after?
My rightful place is in the heavens.
Is that why you seek to destroy all that we created?
Sanctuary is an abomination!
And our son.
I made it right. To satisfy the heavens.
Tell me, did they rejoice? No. They do not want you.
It is done. It all ends with you.
No. We made a choice. And that they can never forgive. No matter what you tell yourself, or who you sacrifice. Silence is their judgment.
But I set things right. What more would you have me do? Tell me! Please! Tell me!
The heavens do not speak to you anymore.
Heavens, protect me!
No, you belong in hell.
What happened?
She tore off Inarius's wings. It was like she was toying with him. She wanted the angel to suffer before she ended him.
Then the prophecy was wrong. A spear of light piercing hatred's heart.
Maybe not. Lilith is wounded too.
If she's hurt, it will be easier to trap her in the Soul Stone. We cannot stop.
As we trudge after Lorith, we realize we are once again without a clear heading, and Nyrel clearly feels the same.
She's already gone.
What now?
I have an idea. I will prepare the Sightless Eye.
The eye? What do you mean?
We must find Lilith. The only way to do that is to use the eye.
Are you serious? I know what happened the last time the eye was used. I know it didn't end well.
Do you have a better idea? Any of you? That's what I thought.
Cutting down the malformed pillars and wretched, disfigured corpses that spew forth.
Cut those damn things down!
Our only thought is for Donan's safety. When the battle is done, we find him still sprawled out on the ground and looking worse for wear.
Donan, you're bleeding.
I'm
I'm fine. But, Lorith is right. The Eye is the only advantage we have. The only way to find Lilith. There is no time to waste.
With little recourse, we're forced to use the accursed Eye once more, knowing every second we peer in its abyss, Lilith may peer back at us.
Collect your safe passage to the Cathedral of Hatred. And you look less well than when I saw you last. I would not be so certain of victory.
Fulfill the promise you made to me.
Of course, daughter of hatred. With my gift, you will face your father. We all return home. In the end.
Foolish of you to use the Eye again.
What is this? Where am I?
A prisoner in your own mind. I could keep you here forever, but I will offer you a different fate. You could be Sanctuary's greatest protector, but only if you choose to.
Inside a nightmare-scape, the disembodied voice of Lilith begins to allure.
I will show you why the world has need of you.
Probing for an exit, we soon realize she is having us revisit old memories and play her game, for now.
Ever since you drank my blood, I have been a part of you. I always will be. I carry your hopes and fears in my heart. I gifted humans with free will, but they are lost, without a shepherd to guide them. They flock to these theaters disguised as temples, where false saviors tell them fairy tales of good and evil.
Shameful. Our Father has granted you a path to salvation. And yet you stray from it at every opportunity.
And people submit to the spectacle, desperate to believe life can be so simple. The world through a child's eyes. But you know, it is all an illusion.
The Horadrim know the truth.
Yes, but they are only keepers of knowledge. They cannot do what you do.
I'm sorry, Miss. I'm sorry.
My son was wiser than even the Haradrim. But it was not in his nature to be a shepherd either. His prophecy was a warning, but rather than use it to unite Sanctuary, he let it breed chaos. Inarius, Elias, Lorath, they wanted so badly to see their own meaning in the prophecy. They were blind to the simple truth of it. We are prisoners of the eternal conflict, the pawns of angels and demons. It will always be a part of us. We must fight to survive. It was so human of Inarius to think the prophecy was all about him. Or perhaps your kind inherited that vanity from him.
Blessed Mother, save us.
Elias thought I was the one to save Sanctuary, but he was wrong. A human must lead the flock of humans. You.
I am no one's savior.
A true shepherd never thinks so. But look at your life. People see hope in you. Hatred, destruction, and terror are forever. We will always need to fight them. But we can turn the tide of the eternal conflict in our favor. It starts here, with Mephisto's destruction, and you will lead the battles to come. Simply take my hand. Fight for Sanctuary. I will stay in the shadows.
I will never take your hand.
Then this is the future that awaits you. I will keep you shackled here, forever.
Breaking free of the shackles, we hear a familiar voice call out.
Hello, friend. Need help? Take the gateway. It is your only escape.
The cave in the mountains. This is where Mephisto found me.
Do not cower. I've come to free you from this trap.
Why do you keep helping me?
Look where we stand. I saved you in this dismal little cave because I sensed you could end Lilith. And that is all I want. I won't lie. There will come a time when we are enemies. But like it or not, right now we need each other to defeat her. Look me in the eye. The path ahead is steep. My blessing will guide you. Tread without fear.
Back in Lilith's hellscape, the Daughter of Hatred keenly senses Mephisto's meddling.
I thought I sensed that old wolf skulking around. You would follow Mephisto, but not me. Are you that foolish?
I don't serve either of you.
What did my father offer you?
We're then forced to face a rogue's gallery of fallen enemies, including Genbar, Brawl, Aridar,
You were not as strong as I thought.
and even her beloved Elias.
The Mother has already won. Your defiance is meaningless.
Lilith's honeyed words, however, soon turn sour at our defiance.
You've thrown your life away for nothing. Mephisto's fate is already sealed.
Nothing is sealed yet. That's why you're still talking.
You ungrateful worm. I will bury you in this nightmare until you beg for death.
As she summons a shade of Astaroth to taunt.
All you fall for will be had.
Yet shades are all they are. We have already defeated the real thing.
The sightless eye is the source of this nightmare. Take it and set yourself free.
Obediently, tearing the artifact from its resting place, we're ripped from the nightmare and back into Mephisto's hellscape. Outside the eye, we find Snarel sobbing.
Don't even think of burying me here, you bastard.
I'm too damn old to haul your body out of hell. So move your hand. Let me see.
I haven't taken orders from you in years, Lorette. I see no reason to start now.
You should have come to me instead of the cathedral. I would have shown up for you. Shared your burden.
I know. And perhaps things would have gone differently with Scott's claim. And with Yoren. Was it enough?
close enough.
Yes. More than enough.
I'm sorry about Donan.
What's done is done. What did you learn from the Eye?
Lilith tried to trap me. Before that, I saw her cross a great sea of fire. Beyond it lay her father's domain.
We are too late.
We can't give up now. We have the stone. What should we do?
I don't know. I always thought if I didn't survive, you'd be the one to finish this. You've always had the steady hand, not me. Trust your gut. It's the reason we've made it this far.
Leaving Lorath to tend his old ally, we sullenly descend down the slope to the Sea of Flames. Looking out over the lake, Nerel rightfully despairs.
He gave everything. His home, his son. What was it for?
You've made it back. Good.
What does he mean?
This fiend helped me escape from Lilith.
Wait, I've read of such a wolf. No. Mephisto. You trusted a prime evil?
Trust had no part in it. Your friend saw reason instead, as should you. If Lilith takes my essence, Sanctuary is lost.
What do you propose?
No proposals. I offer only my aid. This leads to the Cathedral of Hatred. But you must hurry. Lilith is almost there.
With little recourse, we use his fiery portal. Once again, putting our faith in Mephisto, only now understanding that every time we had done so in the past, he discards another layer of our resistance to his will.
You've arrived before Lilith, but she is close.
What now?
We can set an ambush. I distract her, you trap her in the Soul Stone.
Yes, a wise ploy. And you can leave the stone with me. I will ensure that Lilith never troubles your world again. You return home. I remain in hell. All as it should be.
Approaching the gates of the Cathedral of Hate, Nerel questions.
Something isn't right. Mephisto led you to this moment. We're in his realm. Should we really be doing what he wants? Between him and Lilith, he is the greater evil.
You want to use the stone on him?
Think carefully. That path would lead to failure for all of us.
Knowing Lilith's tainted blood is killing us, we have a monumental decision to make as we draw nearer to Mephisto's throne. Finding the macabre scene of Mephisto's skull in a state of almost hibernation, no, gestation, and Nerel divines.
He's afraid.
It could work. We imprison Mephisto in the stone, get back to Lorath.
Then we seal the gates of hell behind us and leave Lilith here.
She'll catch you before you escape. And if I'm trapped in the stone when she does, she will take my power. Don't let your hate for me blind you to common sense.
Nerel, I can't trust my thoughts about Mephisto, but I trust yours. Do what you think is right.
Your lives and those of all humanity depend on what you do next. Choose wisely.
Let us pray that worked. Come on.
Lilith will hunt us down. I must end it.
I'll find Lorath. We'll make this right. And we'll wait for you at the chapel. This better not be the last time I see you. Understand?
Daughter of Hatred then opens her assault, scorching the very ground we step on, appearing out of thin air to deliver twin strikes with her razor-sharp talons, and sending a barrage of spikes from the earth that pierce our armor, nearly downing us in one devastating blow. Realizing Lilith can sense our intent due to our blood connection as she presses her assault, we cast our mind back again to our days at the necropolis, remembering the dangerous art of crafting a blood golem, usually using your enemy's vital fluids. We instead introspectively call upon Lilith's taint, casting it out and creating a hulking automaton born of its mother's depraved ichor, and free ourselves of this bond. Confused and disoriented at being unable to read us, Lilith contends with the abomination born of her blood, calling upon her own minions in retaliation. Dreadful champions of chaos swing two-handed maces in efforts to dispatch the golem in vain. However, this intrusion gives us enough time and unexpected ammunition as we send shrapnel of her fallen companion's bones and blood that pepper the wicked wench back into the abyss. as her physical matter retreats back into her father's plane. We breathe a sigh of relief. Only to... No. Lilith shows her true form as the daughter of hatred. Discarded are her airs and graces, and a final bloody battle begins as she summons bloody pustules and begins to spread a blight across the Triune Arena. Angered at our refusal to perish, the baleful brood breaks off chunks of the battlefield, piece by piece, closing the gap between us. Worse yet, she destroys a chunk of the ground our golem stood on, leaving us once again alone to be the focus of her ire. Desperate, Lilith savagely whips her bony tail at us like a spear of hatred, and the arena begins to be bombarded with blood spewing from the pustules that surround us. We're only saved from certain death by a protective bubble afforded to us thanks to Vigo's necklace, his noble sacrifice, again saving our life. And as Lilith swoops down across the arena, sucking us into her vortex, we scream, releasing a final torrent of blood that rends her remaining flesh into blood petals off her broken bones.
Sanctuary was meant as an escape from the eternal conflict. And yet, here we are, again. I gave you free will, and you've squandered it, wasting it on a crusade you don't understand. You chose tyranny when offered freedom. A poor legacy for my gift. Without me, you would have no victory. And its cost will be more than you can pay.
With Lilith dead, we remember Neyrelle, Lorith, and, of course, the remains of Donan crossing through the fiery portal and returning to the infernal sea of flames for a final time. Upon the spire of torment, we find the Elder Herodrum kneeling over Donan and report.
It is done. Lilith is no more.
Is she trapped in the stone?
No. Mephisto is. He helped us reach the Cathedral of Hatred before Lilith
Of course. He had a hand in all of this from the beginning, didn't he?
We had to take the risk.
No. I understand. Where is the stone?
Neyrelle. She didn't come back to you. She must have already gone ahead to the Desert Chapel.
We'll go after her. Quickly. I need to bring Donan and seal the gates of hell behind us. I will only slow you down.
You can't do this on your own, my friend. We came together. We leave together too.
Now, we are truly alone. The creators of Sanctuary, Angel and Demon, Father and Mother, are dead. They made us in their image. Their conflict is a part of us. It always will be. But is there any truth to Lilith's vision? This mad idea that we can escape the eternal conflict? Or will we walk the same path of all children who rebel against their parents? So often we simply become them. These are not questions befitting an old man. I don't have much time left. This struggle is not mine anymore. All I can do is help the Wanderer and Neyrel avoid the fate of Rathma. And everyone else who tried and failed to overcome our flawed nature. Once we are back with Neyrel, we will find a way. We have to.
Back at the desert chapel, Lorith comforts his nerve-addled horse.
Rest, girl, while you can. We'll be on the move again soon.
Expecting to see Neyrel, we find the chapel instead empty, with the dead deer's remains nearby.
She's gone. Why didn't you wait for us?
Our mind jumps to Mephisto's pernicious effects on us and question, is Mephisto already influencing her?
No. It will take time for the corruption to spread from the stone. She must have left for a reason.
Maybe she's gone to the vault for answers.
Yes. Yes, that must be right. Yorin, Donan. We've lost so many to hatred. We can't lose Neyrel too. Come on.
As we exit the chapel, heading to the cart holding Donan's wrapped remains, we're intercepted by Yosef and Knight's Penitent.
Lorathnar!
Will this never end?
With an query of our one-time savior.
Yosef? What do you want?
Step aside. I'm here for the Haradrim.
Can it wait? I'm off to bury a friend.
We'll dig his grave for you.
Well, that's kind. But who will dig yours?
The irony isn't lost on us that Vigo's bubble of protection shields us from his former brethren's assault, nor the fact they bought another lackey to be stuffed inside that god-awful armor they stuck him in. Not that it saved them. On their remains is a parchment holding Prava's decree.
The Haradrim have used their dark magics to bear a great evil into our world. Commit their wicked souls to the Father, and retrieve the Soul Stone.
Yosef. He saved my life in Nevesk. They were not our enemies.
They were fools. I don't have the time for it. I am going to Scotsglen. Donan deserves to be buried with his son.
I thought the dead deserve nothing, while the living are in danger.
Wise words. But I have a promise to keep. That's why you must ride north, ahead of me. If the cathedral doesn't have her yet, Neyrel might head for the vault. Find her. Once you're together, meet me at Donan's estate.
Turning to Yelesna, Near where our journey began, we dress incognito in hopes of not drawing attention, and as we ride towards the vault, we reflect on our meeting with the plucky young Horadrim-to-be.
I know what I saw. She had horns like a beast, strode right past where you stand. A path of scales. This is what I saw in the reflections. We're close. I can save you from this, Mother. I promise. I can learn how to... You're going to leave me, aren't you? You'll find a place where I can be taken care of. Not what I expected. But let's not give up hope. I thought you'd know me better by now. I am my mother's daughter. Where there's a lead, there's a way. And I'll follow it to the end.
No sign of her. But that letter wasn't here before. She must have left it.
Collecting the ruined letter, we teleport to Firebreak Manor to meet Loreth. We find the older Horadrim kneeling over 3 graves, commenting,
"Why do I only hear one set of footsteps?"
From right to left, the gravestones read, "Here lies Yorin, son of Braga and Donan, protector of Skosglen. He was the true light. And here lies Braga, brilliant scholar, loving mother and wife. I am with you as always, in every branch and stone. Born from this land I was, and so to it I return. And finally, here lies Donan, friend, father, husband and Horadrim of the First Circle, who walked into hell for all of us. It was more than enough, brother."
I spent a lot of time learning this code, so I hope you remember how to read it, Lorath. Because you are the last Horadrim now. My mother would have wanted me to stay with you. She believed the Horadrim had all the answers. I don't know if she'd recognize this person I'm becoming. It's hard for me to think about her right now. But then I remember you and Donan. You weren't all-knowing Horadrim. You were bitter. You were uncertain. But you were always true friends. That's what I hold on to. Because there is so much further to go. Your imperfection gave me hope. And we will need it to face what comes next. To face him and his brothers. I don't know how much time I have. But there has to be a better answer. And I have to find it. Alone. I know he'll want to go with me. But people have already died because I was not careful enough. I can't risk you too. If I've misjudged, the world is going to need you to survive and clean up the mistakes I leave behind. I know you don't want to hear this, but you don't get to quit. Not again. Wish me well, Lorath. Because if everything works out as I am hoping, we will never see each other again.